If you've clicked into this, you probably want to get the best tips on how to save, how to get yourself to early retirement, how to save to your first 100K, all that good stuff. But you're like, but I really like motivation and I'm not earning that much, so it just feels like a pipe dream. I'm here to tell you that it is not as difficult as you think. I'm here to give you some really practical tips. I'm someone who was literally a broke uni student 7 years ago, but I started my own freelance business and now I have saved $100,000 in my savings across cash savings in the bank to saving for retirement for myself because I'm self-employed to actually going into investments and not picking stocks, but looking at reliable, consistent index funds. That is what Warren Buffett advises his whole family to invest in, is the S&P 500. Like, what do those even mean? But most importantly, what is going to motivate you to actually take that first step and invest what little you have? It doesn't matter, because if you are in your 20s or 30s, time is your biggest accelerator. And I wish I knew that earlier. Like, honestly, if I could have started saving and investing in 18, going back, I totally would. So this video, you need to act on it, and I'm going to show you exactly why. If we take a look here, I want you to right now pull up Google and pop in the search bar compound interest calculator. What you're about to see next is going to blow your mind, as it did for me. And then as soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and create a savings account. I'm gonna create an investment account. I'm gonna save up for retirement, because this is kind of crazy. It's kind of magical. And I think Albert Einstein was attributed to saying that compound interest is the seventh wonder of the world. If, for example, you can scrape and save right now $1,000 and deposit it, and if you're able to convince yourself to scrape together $1,000 every single month, it compounds every year for the next, let's just say 40 years. If you're someone in your 20s, you've got 40 years definitely until you hit retirement age. And let's just say a safe number is 7%. So if you put it into the stock market, it would on average give you 7%. Take a look at this number. You are saving to begin with. Give yourself a little momentum boost, $1,000, and then $12,000 every single year. That might seem a lot, but hang with me now, because you are going to see right here, say if you're 20 right now, in 40 years, when you are 60, you are going to have $2,400,000 in the bank. And your initial deposit, you can see here, is $1,000, and then you regularly deposited in total $480,000, but your total interest is $1,929,000. You can tell I'm not that great with numbers. But how crazy is that? All the light blue color here is interest. This is what you've saved. That, my friend, is motivation on why you need to start saving now. As little as you can. Say if we save $500, I'm sure you can get $500 somehow by, digging it out of your pillow in between the couches and putting, every single paycheck you earned from your retail hospitality job or your first 9-to-5 job in. And if you can deposit $500 every single month, I think most of us can do that. And even if we say, okay, let's be even safer and more conservative, let's say if we only get a 5% return. And this is actually most, the high interest banks in Australia right now is giving 4.95 or 5% interest. So without taking any risk, this is what your financial situation would look like in 40 years. You would have saved $240,000, and you would have in total in your bank $728,000 in total. All of this right here is pure interest, thanks to compound interest. I did not know that was how it worked until 3 years ago. And I was like, all right, I am going ahead. I'm putting as much cash I possibly can into high interest savings accounts. That gives me currently 4.95 if you're in Australia with ING Bank, and putting it into S&P 500. If you don't know what S&P 500 is, it is literally the top 500 companies in the US. And this is what it looks like today. It's doing pretty good. 5 days, looking pretty good. 1 month, okay, it's actually been pretty good. Let's say this year it's been pretty good, and then in April there was a massive dip, and I think a lot of people who has been investing was like, oh my god, it's going down, and then it went back up again. And if you look at the whole year, you can see it's going pretty well, and then we get some big dips. Let's look 5 years. 5 years, it looks pretty good with this little valley here, but mostly it's going up. Let's look at max. From November of 1996, it has really only gone up in the long term. And what that teaches us is that investing isn't as risky as it may seem if you do it correctly, which is to put it in for the long term. Investing and saving is about saving for your future self. And now when I put anything in my high interest savings account or putting it into superannuation, which is literally the same thing, it's just in Australia and most countries it has the same mechanism. And it's you just putting a bunch of money into a locked savings account that invests in whatever you want it to. There's like balance funds, which is a balance of like bonds, cash, stocks. I'm not a financial advisor, but you can choose if you want it to be more risky, like more investment geared, or if you want it to be more safe, like cash and bonds and things like that. Essentially, it's just locked away until you hit retirement age, whatever it is in your country. For Australia, I think it is 60 to 65 years old. You can unlock that, and there's a lot of tax benefits. So if you're in like the higher tax bracket in Australia, accountants usually advise you to put as much as you can into super because that's taxed at a much lower rate. So you're saving money by investing for your future self. And to understand, if you go ahead and save, interest is going to work for you. Your money is going to work hard for you. Doesn't matter how small you start off, you just need to get in the game. I want to go back to this compound interest calculator to show you something really cool. It's not about timing the market, like when you decide to invest. Like you could invest in that big dip that we had this year and you would have gone way up compared to, if you started investing here in January, it would have been, technically you would have got better returns if you invested in April because it was at a discount then. But the thing is, here, every single year that you have your money staying in whatever investment vessel it is, it's going to grow so much more. For example, here, at year 39, your total interest is $453,000. But in year 40, your total interest is $487,000. So that in itself is like a $34,000 difference just by having your money in there for an extra 12 months. So think about it this way. Every year you procrastinate, you could be losing out on tens of thousands of dollars. And I only started pretty small. I think I started by investing like $1,000 here and there, and just to see it grow, see it fall, see it grow, see it fall. And then you'll see the accumulated, maybe right now it's been growing for like 15% in total. And then you just find a lot of motivation in feeling like you're buying your freedom, because the next principle I want to share with you that I learned is your FIRE number. So FIRE is financial independence, retire early, but really it's just your FU number, as people call it. That is the number that you have in the bank or in your investments for you to say, I'm done, I can retire, I don't need to work anymore. You can go to your boss and say, F you, I quit. And that number is really just 25 times your ideal annual expense. So for example, if you think a happy life would be, having $60,000 in the bank, it's just 60 times 25. And as long as all of your liquid assets reaches that amount, then you can say goodbye to working forever and you get to do literally what you want and spend that $60,000, for example, frolicking in the fields, traveling the world. And the other thing is I've learned that you don't need to hustle your butt off for 30, 20 years to reach full retirement. You can actually enjoy a lot of the benefits just by being semi-retired. So reaching halfway, that FIRE number, so roughly 12.5 times what your ideal annual spend is. And that allows you to literally only work part-time. So work 2 days a week doing whatever it is, only having to make, $30,000 a year. And for a lot of people, that is actually what the goal is to be able to still do something, to feel productive in society, still have the freedom of not having to be tied to a job that you hate, and to have the freedom to experiment and explore. Over the last 3 years, I've been looking into a lot of resources that's really helped shape my understanding of all of this, and they can explain it in such better detail than I can, including the psychology of money, including a podcast called Aussie Fire, including a book called Strong Money Australia, and also The Art of Spending Money that really teaches you what the worth and value of money really is. It is to buy your time and your freedom back. Just remember, no matter how big your goal is, you have to start small, and that first step is going to be that first snowflake that eventually compounds into that big snowball, and you can experience true, genuine freedom and get to do whatever it is that you want. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're going to also love this one on the left right here. If you prefer listening on the go, we also have a podcast version called the Brand Creator Podcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!